Ladies, gamers, and gentlemen, welcome to Crux Gaming's YouTube StarCraft 2 channel. My name is Bill Noir, and we are going to cast a game between Crux Gaming's Lancel, the pink Zerg spawning in the top right position on Star Station, and his opponent, the blue Terran player Isuba Intel PredY, spawning in the lower left position. Now PredY, there is one thing to be said about PredY. He is probably, very likely, quote unquote, the most successful StarCraft 2 player in the Czech and Slovak Republic of all time. But unfortunately, since the days of his biggest glory, the shine kind of waned away. It faded away, and PredY is unfortunately not as good as he was during his prime. Well, in his own words, he lost the passion for the game a little bit, and just it's not as enjoyable for him anymore. And you know, when you are not as motivated to play as you were before, then that practically means you don't play as much, you don't practice enough, you don't train hard enough, and the other players will start getting ahead of you a little bit. Let us see if this will be the case, though. PredY doing something very interesting here, going with a barracks opening, followed by a 12 gas, and he is getting the barracks on the low ground, not getting his expansion so far, and Lancel just getting his hatchery here, getting his pool, scouting with the Overlord, and PredY is going to send out an SCV as he's producing a Reaper. And will this be a double barracks Reaper build? I wonder, because PredY should have enough gas to continuously build Reapers off of this, and this could prove to be a great annoyance to Lancel. And he will find out a little bit too late about this if this is indeed the case. Oh yeah, it's gonna be a double Rax Reaper opening for PredY. A very interesting opening. Not a lot of Terran players do this anymore because it's just not... I don't know, it's just like a one-shot trick, you know? It's just like, you do it, and if you fail to win the game with it, then you are very, very, very far behind your opponent, especially in terms of economy. As we see, the hatchery is already up here for Lancel. PredY trying to get the bunker up, but the SCV gets sniped. Insta-cancel onto the bunker. And it's going to come down to those Reapers to try and make some magic here, as we see that PredY is heavily committing to this aggression. Two more Reapers will be joining these two in a little bit of time here as they're making their way across the map. And a Marine even. Now the thing is that PredY has to do loads of damage with this, because his command center only just now starting. His opponent will shoot way ahead in drones straight after he defends this. Now, as I said, this is really, really annoying for Lancel. These Overlords probably will go down, and with 3 Reapers, PredY will be able to two-shot drones, Lings, and anything that has under 50 HP. Good micro there by PredY. Gosu micro, actually. That Overlord will end up surviving, and so far Lancel is holding out very, very, very well. Interestingly enough, getting double gas at his natural expansion. He's on 31 drones, producing more Lings, and he is going to be pushing this back. Speed just now started for him, though, so he has to stay defensive for a while longer. Until that speed finishes... Yeah, exactly. Until that speed finishes, he will not be able to do anything about those Reapers. Oh my god! 6 Reapers right now. That means one-shotting everything on the ground apart from Queens that Lancel has, and Lancel has to be kicking himself. Why didn't I get that link speed immediately? Why? What the hell was I thinking? 5 Reapers here still remaining. Look at the kill count through the roof here. and still going further and further up for PredY. Now behind this, he is adding on more barracks and switching into marine production. Now the thing is, he is behind in tech at this point in time because he doesn't have any add-ons onto the barracks, so probably he will just try to be as annoying towards his opponent as possible, delaying him and buying enough time for himself. When the speed finishes, this is going to be PredY will either have to pull back or lose all of those Reapers, and still no add-ons going up for PredY. This is a very, very queer strategy by him. He's doing a very good job with these Reapers, though. I have to give him that. Kind of reminds me of the early days of Wings of Liberty, where Reapers were imba. Oh, but there we go. Loses one, loses his second one as it tries to jump the cliff, and will have to pull back with the remaining ones. Still no add-ons. Finally, the first tech lab being added onto these barracks. PredY, he's on 6 barracks. Excuse me. He's on 6 barracks. That is quite a lot of Marines, but these Marines, they don't have neither stim nor combat shields, so they will not be as effective versus the Speedlings as one might think. Now, if Lancel realizes this is coming, which he does have a scouting link here, misses the army just barely. If he scouts this and produces lings and gets us around onto the Marines, he should be fine. There we see 16 lings in production. Will he be able to keep his third base alive, though, until those lings are out? Oh, but here we come. Here we go. This is the defense that Lancel needs. The banelings are going to be the solution he's been waiting for, and that's a decent split by PredY, but again, with no stim pack, those Marines are not as fast, and all of these Marines will probably end up dying. Yeah, it's only a matter of time right now with 22 more lings on the way. Stim not yet done. This hatchery will stay up. Only 5 drones have been killed by PredY this whole game. 51 workers compared to 34 still. Marines in a very good position though, but the lings eventually do eat through all of them and take those out. Right now, let's take a look at this. PredY is on 2 bases. His stim is still not done. He only just now started his factory. He doesn't have any medevacs, he doesn't have any widow mines, he doesn't have any add-ons on his barracks. He's down to 38 SCVs only. And Lancel, he's on 3 bases, 57 workers, has the Baning Nest, has the lair going up, has the 1-1 upgrades, will be able to move into 2-2 straight away and put down his Spire. Very, very high possibility of him doing that. Things are not looking good for PredY, what am I going to tell you? Trying to get a 3rd command center right now and maybe potentially expand over to here. Oh, but Lancel already has the burrow in play and has a link there, denying that base from coming up. And, well, one thing I have to say is PredY's splits. I mean, he is... this is what every Terran player should be doing. If we select the barracks, actually, all those rally points... All of these buildings are rally pointed toward one location, but PredY pre-splits every single one of these Marines after they get there. That is just so good. Just so good. This way, you don't get caught off guard by sudden enemy rush, or maybe a couple banelings, or whatever have you. You will not get caught off guard. So Lancel, at this point in time, interestingly enough, he's not going for Spire. He's going for an Infestation Pit, 2-2 upgrades, Baning speed, getting a 4th base. This, of course, will maintain his economy lead and even maybe shoot him further ahead of his opponent. But I have to say, I feel like maybe he's giving PredY too much time. Remember, again, there are no Widow Mines here. No Widow Mines with this army. The first 2 only just now being produced, which means that the Banelings could be very, very effective versus this army. And Lancel, this is such a good play here. Having this link there will mean that Lancel knows exactly the timing when PredY moves out. The supplies are very, very even right now. Hive, more than halfway done, will sync up with the 3-3 upgrades here for Lancel, and he will be able to get the Ultra's Cavern down whenever he chooses to do so. Pathogen glands are finishing up. 4 infestors in production. How many banelings do we have though? 20 banelings, that should be enough. 1 or 2 good fungals locking this army in place, and Lancel should have the engagement in the bag. But the third base will go down before that happens. Links coming in. Banelings need to get at those Marines. Look at the splits by PredY. Nullifying everything. Fungals, banelings not doing enough damage as a result of that. Luckily for Lancel, he does have that 4th base already finished, so he just re-rallied all of those workers towards there. But the Ultra's Cavern is on the way. 3-3 upgrades will be started momentarily here, as well as adrenal glands, I imagine. Huge counter swing by Lancel into the 3rd base. Will he be successful with this? The Widowmines could get some very good hits onto the banelings. No, banelings avoiding all the Widowmines, but PredY doing an outstanding job target firing down those banelings, not losing very many units in the process. But oh, look at this. We have a Bane mine right here. Lancel is being a little bit sneaky here with his burrowed banelings. There we have it. Adrenal glands on the way. 3-3 upgrades. Let us see. Do we have the chitinous plating on the way? No, we don't have that on the way yet. But still, this is a pretty potent army for Lancel. But as PredY is getting to a more comfortable spot with... oh my god, that was exactly what I was looking for. Those were the 2 banelings that Lancel left there before, but oh, look at those fungals! If all those medevacs go down, this could be absolutely huge, as that will nullify all the healing the Terran has right now. Good Widowmine hits, but bye-bye medevacs. There is a drop here occurring at the 3rd base location, but Lancel should have no problems dealing with that, and he will not let the 3rd base fall down for the 2nd time. He did kill 20 SCVs, and with the Ultralisks out on the field, the second PredY saw that, he GG'd out of the game, and Lancel is going to take this now. Let's take a look here. Why the GG happened? Because there's only 1 tech lab on those barracks. All of them have reactors, and Marines are not that good versus Ultras. So, yeah. Lancel, pretty good. Ladies, gamers, and gentlemen, thank you for watching Crux Gaming's YouTube StarCraft 2 channel. My name is Belnoir, and we'll see you guys next time.